Hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode of 5 Things That We Learned after last night's very satisfying 5-0 victory over Sporting away in the Champions League last 16. The champions! It was lovely fun. It was absolutely wonderful. City last night were magnificent. They were mesmeric. They were absolutely brutal as they took Sporting apart, particularly in that first half, of course. And this is going to be 5 things. It could just be 5 goals if I wanted to. 5 things that I took from this game. I would also quickly like to say, are you looking for all the information and all the stats from across the world of football? Download OneFootball right now. Do you want the best football app on the market? Bar absolutely none. Download OneFootball right now. Do you want all your Manchester City stats? Do you want all your transfer gossip? Do you want to help support one of your favourite content creators? Well, download football by clicking the link in the description right now or scanning that lovely little QR code next to my face. It really does mean a lot to me. And it's over 10 million people have already downloaded OneFootball and it's absolutely free. So that is not a seal of approval. I don't know what is. Give it a go. You will not regret it. I promise you. Download OneFootball right now. So Manchester City last night took basically one massive step into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's pretty much job done. Let's be honest. I'm not trying to be too cocky there, but we're 5-0 up in one leg, and we've got to go back home to finish this off. I'm really not trying to be cocky here or presumptuous, but it's kind of over. It kind of is over. And I think the main reason I think it's sort of probably over is because, if we go into this first category, is that I think Manchester City, well, I think we're ready. And what I mean by that is I think we're ready in this competition. Any sense of lingering fear or doubt, I think they have slowly evaporated away. I genuinely, hand on heart, believe this. I think Manchester City are ready to win this competition. That doesn't mean they're going to win it. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but are we actually capable? Are we actually ready? Do we have the belief to do it? I really believe we do, honestly. I really believe that this Manchester City side now play with a conviction and a confidence in a way that I've really probably not seen before until, well, I've seen it sort of last season as well. But right now, there seems to be a steely-eyed determination with the players that they know they are better than most teams and they can take that wonderful Premier League and domestic form and transfer it into European competition. We've been slowly getting there. For years and years and years, you saw Manchester City play with a little bit of fear, if we're being honest. Like, we'd play Champions League games. You could always tell that they never quite believed that they were good enough. They'd always adapt how they played. There was always a little bit of hesitancy. You never quite belonged. We saw games, of course, against Lyon, and Monaco was a bit calamitous. That's not even a word. Calamitous. That's more of a word. Capitulated and calamitous, a little bit tongue-tied. And Lyon, of course, as well. Basically, we absolutely messed it up against Spurs and all the other teams, and it always felt like we were shooting ourselves in our foot, basically. But right now, when you watch this Manchester City side, it really does feel different. It really does feel like they know they are possibly the best team in Europe, definitely the best team in the country, and definitely a team that is capable of going further and further and further, and that breeds confidence, and that breeds security, and that breeds performances like last night, and I absolutely love it. This City team, if they reach a final again and if they win it, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying they're going to, but I wouldn't be surprised, and that is crazy right now. Second thing I want to talk about is, well, they call him the Barnsley Cafu. I made that up, obviously. It's terrible, but we're talking about Big John Stones. John Stones last night playing right back. That was fun. That was really, really good fun. I absolutely enjoyed the sight of John Stones bursting forward, going on rampaging runs, winning headers as one of the furthest forward attackers. What is that about? What timeline are we living in here, and how do we carry it on? Honestly, last night Guardiola did his Guardiola thing and reinvented a centre-back into a rampaging full-back, and I kind of loved it. I'm not saying that's going to be his final position. It won't be. He's obviously a centre-back still, and he probably should be a centre-back still. But the idea that John Stones can be an effective full-back and actually be pretty damn good in that role, and actually almost threaten going forward, that was not a reality that I was prepared for. It really, really wasn't. And I love it, man. And also, it's absolute testament to John Stones' ability as a footballer, as a player, as an individual, as a mature footballer, the way that his game has adapted and his self-belief has rocketed. He's absolutely essential to this squad, be it in centre-back, be it right-back or whatever. You can tell that he's absolutely confident in what he's doing these days. He's matured so much, and I just trust him. I just trust him to be good in any position now, mainly because he's such a reliable, intelligent footballer. And his physicality, I think he's probably underrated to an extent as well, because the way he got forward yesterday, running through midfield, he's a big lad, and when he gets galloping, there's a little bit of a turn of pace there as well, and I really enjoyed it. Once again, Stones, fantastic. The Barnsley Cafu, he's coming for you. I absolutely love it. So are our wingers, man. I've just put Raz and Riyad here because I need to talk about him. Riyad in particular last night, by the way, was mesmeric. He was absolutely wonderful. He had them on strings and, of course, got another goal for Riyad as he continues to absolutely terrorise teams. He got an assist as well, of course. Did he get 2 assists? I can't remember. But he definitely got at least one to Phil Foden, of course. And Raz as well carried on that upturn of form with an absolute belter of a goal. And, of course, setting up goals as well. Raz and Riyad right now, they are absolutely in form. And long may it continue. I mean, this inverted brilliance. And here we are thinking that the only way to succeed would be, with width and so on. And we've got 2 inverted wingers finding the peak of their form at the moment. And this, honestly, it bodes really, really well. Riyad is having a season. He's having a hell of a season, a real season. And Sterling's starting to catch up as well with the goals and all that kind of stuff. And having those two at this stage of the season find their best form, well, Mahrez was already there. It's absolutely essential to Manchester City's chances. And right now, those two are on fire. They really are on fire. And they've been ably supported as well by Mr. Bernardo Silva. Silva is gold. Bernardo last night, alongside the other Benfica boys, of course, in Cancelo and Diaz, and of course Edison, an ex-Benfica lad, they all revelled it. But Bernardo in particular, you could tell that this meant an awful lot to him. Of course, he grew up in Lisbon, so he was playing in his home territory, but it came through the academy, of course, at Benfica. But this club clearly, it means something to him. I'm not sure who he supports, actually, but given the fact that he grew up in Lisbon, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of affinity there. But either way, you could tell that he absolutely loved, almost being the bad guy to an extent. I know the Sporting fans were gracious and they appreciated him, all that kind of stuff. But he's an ex-Benfica boy. And he was absolutely up for this game. And he played with a bite and hunger and a dynamism. And of course, you get all that with Bernardo Silva. You get that, insatiable appetite, that incredible work rate and desire and intelligence, but you also get that magnificent technical ability. You also get that grace and elegance in the way he glides around the pitch. And as Guardiola said, he absolutely added some goals to his game as well. It was wonderful. It was genuinely wonderful. Bernardo Silva said as well, he said, it was a special night. I came to my home city winning 5-0, scoring 2, and having a good advantage ahead of the second leg. I played 12 years at Benfica's academy. I'm a Benfica fan, so it's always special to win here at the Jose Alvalade. So he's a Benfica fan. Sorry, I didn't know that. So yeah, a massive game for him, and he revelled in that role. And the quality of his goals, by the way, so unlucky not to have the hat-trick. I personally believe that those instances should be onside, but I know it's a different debate entirely, but I think if your feet are level, it's my personal take on it, you should be onside, but whatever. But either way, the quality of the first one, a special finish from a special footballer. And Guardiola's right that he should score more goals with that quality. Maybe it takes that little bit of hunger and that freedom to get forward. Maybe he needs to imagine every team is Sporting, a bit of a derby or whatever. But a wonderful player. Took his goals and took his chances really, really well. And finally, I want to talk about how Pep is gonna Pep. He's so bold, and I absolutely love him for it. Pep, you never stop being you. Never. Absolutely never. I woke up this morning to see the quotes afterwards, and I think Guardiola said something like, these are a good team, guys. You saw in the first 5 minutes how good they were. I was like, Pep, man. Oh, stop damning him with faint praise. Like, this idea is like, oh yeah, they were good for 5 minutes. It's one of those things where he's being respectful, but it's also immensely patronising. Oh, you did your best. Oh, well done. You did really well there, Sporting. And he's absolutely mugged them off. But what made me laugh last night after Guardiola was how much he kind of semi-praised his team, but at the same time, he just basically, he kind of sassed out a little bit as well. He said he was asked about what he thinks Europe will be thinking after Man City won 5-0 tonight. Like, are they going to be scared? And he said, last season we played 13 games. We won 11. I'm doing the accent, I'm sorry. And drew 1. We got to the Champions League final and lost, and it was, what a fucking failure is this team. But it's not true. Sorry. But it's why he sweared. It's like when a teacher swears. I absolutely love it. But I love sassy Pep. Absolutely calling it out. 13 games last season in the Champions League. Won 11, drew 1, lost 1. But apparently we're a failure, as Guardiola pointed out. He also then did the most Pep thing ever as well. He talked about how, as good as it was, it still isn't enough. He said, it's a dream result, a perfect result, and I quote, but we can do better, he said. He went on to say, some players underperformed. We lost easy balls, but today we were so clinical. Every time we arrived in the first 20 minutes, we scored. The difference is not 5-0. They attack with lots of players, and we punish them with counters. He believes that as well, and you can tell he does. And the best thing about it is you can tell that he said it to the players as well in the dressing room. And we know this because it's clearly got got through to them, because Bernardo Silva, in his interview after the game, Bernardo Silva said this: still, there's a job to do in Manchester against Sporting. We cannot relax. I think in the first half, we weren't that good to be winning 4-0. We were a bit sloppy. We lost some easy balls to let them counter. We were clinical, and you need luck to score that many. You can still improve, and we can still do better. I mean, almost word for word what Guardiola said. Are you telling me that he wasn't saying that in the dressing room? They've just won 5-0 in the last 16. Set the scene here, man. Right, we're in the last 16 in the Champions League, the most prestigious club competition in world football, right? If you're in Europe, of course. Guardiola's like, you won 5-0. He's not like, I'm sure he's doing that or whatever. But he sat there and gone, it's not good enough. They're like, all right. But the actual demanding essence of Guardiola is what makes them so focused. It's what makes them so brilliant. This is a guy who's won everything in football, Guardiola. And he's like, his legacy is ridiculous. He's a multi-millionaire. He can do what he wants. And he's still there moaning because we won 5-0, not good enough. Like, this is what makes him so special. This is what makes him win so many trophies. And people still refuse to see it. People still bury their head in this Guardiola-shaped sand and go, oh, it's just about money. Like, it isn't just about money. He's brilliant. He's a genius. He works harder than everyone else. He sees football in a different way. Not everyone else, but more than most at very least. He's intensely passionate. He's intensely charismatic, and he gets people going. Pep is always going to Pep, and I absolutely love it. And I absolutely love you guys as well. Thanks for watching this video. Do let me know the 5 things that you took from this game. Don't forget as well, you can check my match reaction. Big love to all the Patreons, including Scott Denemy, my Patreon producer. You're all wonderful. A bit late this video, but you know, it's 11 o'clock. I was watching Uncharted. I'll tell you about that on my other channel probably tomorrow. For now, though, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Give it a big old press. Do subscribe as well. Thank you for watching this video. You're all awesome. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another video in a bit.